The second I walked through that lawyer's door, my own daughter burst out laughing. Not a polite little chuckle, a loud, sharp, cruel laugh that sliced me in half. "Look at Mom," Lisa announced to the whole room. Still wearing that same old moth-eaten coat. "She looks like she slept in a cardboard box." My son Mark snorted. His wife Jennifer covered her mouth, eyes dancing. The twins shook their heads. My grandkids actually lifted their phones to film the joke. They thought they were about to carve up a broke widow's $420,000 house and a few pieces of furniture. What they didn't know was that the dead man whose will we were reading had quietly left me $28 million, and that I had rewritten my own will exactly 6 nights earlier. In 11 minutes, one of them will scream so loud the receptionist drops an entire pot of coffee. Another will cry until she throws up in the wastebasket. And I will still be sitting there in this same threadbare coat, smiling the smile I waited 74 years to use. If you've ever had your own child look at you like you're already in the grave, don't you dare click away. Because what happened next is the moment every forgotten mother dreams about in the dark. My name is Eleanor. And this is the day my children finally learned who I really am. Backstory: the life they never appreciated. I never thought, after 52 years of marriage, that I would end up raising 4 children almost completely alone. Harold and I married in 1969. I was 21, he was 23, and we had $39 in the bank and a second-hand couch. That felt like enough. He worked double shifts at the foundry so I could stay home with the babies. Lisa arrived in 72 screaming, red-faced, perfect. Mark in 75 quiet, always watching. Then the twins in 79, Stephen and Claire, our little surprises. For children in 7 years. Some nights I fell asleep in the rocking chair still holding a crying baby, too tired to make it to bed. Harold promised me that once the kids were grown he would take me to see the ocean. We never got there. One ordinary Tuesday in 1998 he kissed me goodbye, walked out with 2 bags of groceries, and dropped dead of a heart attack right there on the driveway. 58 years old. I can still see the milk carton rolling across the concrete. $42,000 in life insurance. That was everything. It paid the funeral, paid off the house, and left me $6,000 in the bank. From that morning on I became the quiet one. The one who never asked for anything. I took the night cleaning job at St. Mary's Hospital, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., so the kids could have braces, school trips, prom dresses. I learned to turn 1 pound of ground beef into 3 different suppers. I sewed patches on jeans, turned old curtains into Sunday dresses, and wore the same dark green wool coat every single winter for 23 straight years. The elbows wore shiny, the hem frayed. One button fell off in 2008 and I replaced it with a big silver safety pin because a new coat cost $89 and Lisa needed that for textbooks. People told me, "Eleanor, buy yourself something nice." But at my age you learn when you're a mother. Nice for yourself comes dead last. Lisa always wanted more, bigger house, better car, designer bags. Mark married Jennifer, who looked at my furniture like it might give her a disease. The twins learned early that if they sighed dramatically enough, Grandma Eleanor's purse would open like magic. At my age you learn. Some children start counting your money long before they ever count your birthdays. 2 years ago the headaches began. At first I blamed the weather. Then I started walking into rooms and forgetting why I was there. I'd call my granddaughter Emily by her mother's name. I'd lose my car in the grocery parking lot twice in 1 week. I went to Dr. Patel. After every test he sat me down and said softly, "Eleanor, we can't rule out early stages of dementia. We should start planning." I hadn't even pulled out of the parking lot before my phone exploded. Lisa's first text. "Mom, I already found the perfect place, Sunset Pines. Memory care wing, activities, 5-star dining. I booked us a tour tomorrow." By supper she had emailed me a 47-page color brochure. Monthly cost $9,400. More than my entire Social Security and pension combined. I wrote back, "Sweetheart, I'm not ready. I still cook, I still drive, I still know who I am most days." Her answer came in 8 seconds. "It's better to be safe, Mom. We don't want you becoming a burden." A burden. That word lodged in my throat like broken glass. 3 days later Jennifer showed up with a tape measure and a notebook. I was making coffee when I heard her in the living room. She was measuring the windows, muttering, "These drapes are hideous. The couch has to go. Once the house sells, we can stage it properly. I stood in the doorway holding 2 cups and asked, Jennifer, what on earth are you doing? She didn't even blush. She smiled that tight little smile and said, just planning, Eleanor. You won't be here much longer anyway. Then came the family meeting they scheduled for my own good. All 4 children, both daughters-in-law, even told the grandkids to stay home. This was serious adult talk. They sat me on my own couch like I was the child. Lisa opened her laptop and started a PowerPoint presentation. Slide 1 actually said, Mom's diagnosis, what it means for the family. Slide 6, projected cost of care versus current value of the house. Mark did the talking. Mom, the house will probably sell for about $420. After fees, maybe $350 clean. Sunset Pines is the gold standard. If we put you somewhere cheaper, you'll just suffer later. And honestly, we can't afford to supplement $9 grand a month with college tuition and mortgages. Claire chimed in, exactly. We all have our own families now. I looked around that circle at the 4 faces I had carried inside me, rocked to sleep, prayed over fever after fever, and I asked the only question that mattered. So you've already decided I'm going in there, whether I like it or not? Lisa reached over and patted my knee, the way you calm a frightened dog. Mom, we're doing this because we love you. Last Christmas sealed it. They all came over. The tree was lit, the ham was baking, everything looked exactly like it had for 40 years. After dessert, Lisa handed me a big red envelope with a gold bow. Inside was the Sunset Pines welcome packet, and a pen. She beamed. We went ahead and filled everything out for you, Mom. All you have to do is sign the last page and we can move you in right after New Year's. For smiling faces waiting for me to sign my life away. I held that pen for what felt like an hour. Then I laid it down and asked, very quietly, do you even love me? Or just what you think I have left? Dead silence. Jennifer gave that nervous little laugh. Lisa looked at her brothers for rescue. Mark stared at the carpet. The twins wouldn't meet my eyes. Not one of them answered. I stood up, walked to the front door and opened it. Thank you for coming. Merry Christmas. Please take your brochure with you. They left in 4 separate cars that night. I locked the door, turned off the porch light, and cried until the sun came up. To my age you learn, the deepest wounds don't bleed. They just sit inside you and ache. I never told a single soul about Thomas Whitaker. Everyone thought Tommy died in Vietnam in 1971. He didn't. He came home missing half a leg and carrying scars no one could see. He built one of the biggest construction companies in the Midwest and never married. For 45 years we wrote letters, long, beautiful, innocent letters. Once a month, sometimes more. Never anything improper. Just 2 old souls who once danced to Moon River at the senior prom. When Tommy heard how my children were treating me, he called one night and said, Ellie, let me look after you the way Harold would have wanted. Over the next 18 months he quietly transferred everything into my name, companies, properties, bank accounts, the lake house, the mountain cabin, the commercial buildings. $28,412,000.42. All legal. All mine. I kept wearing the old coat. I kept clipping coupons. I kept smiling while they measured my curtains. To my age you learn, the sweetest revenge is the one nobody sees coming. The morning of Tommy's will reading I put on that same old coat and drove myself to the lawyer's office. Lisa saw me first and laughed out loud. Jennifer whispered. Bless her heart, she really wore that rag. They were already arguing over who got Mom's china cabinet and who got the dining table. The lawyer, Mr. Henderson, cleared his throat and began reading Tommy's will. To my dearest Eleanor Marie Thompson, the only woman who ever wrote to a soldier for 45 years and asked for nothing in return, I leave my entire estate. Every share, every property, every dollar. Lisa shot to her feet. This is insane. She barely knew him. Mr. Henderson turned page after page. My name. My signature. $28,412,000.42. Then he opened the second envelope. My will, written 6 nights earlier. I spoke for the first time that day. My voice was calm, almost gentle. Lisa, Mark, Stephen, Claire. Each of you will receive exactly $1. That is what you always believed your mother was worth. The remainder, my house, my savings, and everything Tommy left me, goes to Maria, my housekeeper of 15 years who cleaned my floors when I was too weak to stand, and to Sarah, the home health nurse who held my hand at 3 a.m. when none of you answered the phone. Lisa screamed so loud the receptionist dropped an entire pot of coffee in the hallway. Mark slammed the table hard enough to crack the wood. Jennifer lunged for the papers like she could rip them into confetti and make it untrue. Claire slid off her chair onto the carpet, sobbing, mascara running rivers down her cheeks. I just sat there in my old coat and smiled. Have you ever watched your own child realize in 1 second that they threw away their mother for nothing? There is no word for that feeling, but I will carry it warmly for the rest of my life.